Hello everyone, this is Will, aka Dr. Financial Literacy. Welcome back. Today we'll be talking about family in general and how the family is very important in terms of just your finances and understanding your way in the world. Had this week to think a little bit more about my family in terms of I lost my father in 1991, lost my mother in 2013, and this week was her birthday, so we're still kind of like processing some things in general around that loss. So again, family is very important. Finances is not the only thing, but it really helps the family and your community to kind of know these things in general. So today, looking at velocity banking day 25, and seeing and letting you know and talking about how the family is the bedrock. In the previous video, I talked about going in it alone. You may have a spouse or a husband or a significant other or boyfriend or girlfriend that's not fully on board with understanding velocity banking. You yourself is trying to understand financial banking, velocity banking in general. But I'm definitely here to say that keep pushing on, keep encouraging family. But yeah, if you have to go in it alone, do it alone. I encourage you to start with just one small bill. Put that bill money early on as you can on the credit card in the beginning of the month so that it helps with the lowering the average daily balance. And just take your time to get into it to adjust. It has been working well for me. I'm moving from my personal debt to now moving on more over to my debt. Individual business debt, and yeah, it has been working well. Again, financial literacy is one of the things that people also talk about, remembering, doing things around financing. But there's a new concept called financial capability. Financial capability, for me, is the capacity based on behavior, attitude, skills, and knowledge. I had to change my behavior around money in terms of what is my relationship to money. I've always been kind of, I wouldn't say maybe frugal for the most part. I grew up in public housing, and at one point was paying $59, $60 for shirts for a particular brand until that particular brand has some choice words for various communities. Attitude around money. What does money mean? What can it do for you? What can it help with your family in general? Skills. Managing your money is a skill. You learn how interest rates, you hear the feds talking about lowering interest rates. You hear the feds talk about 2% inflation. Well, I lived in a community where 2% inflation was never even on the board. We historically um, paid more for goods and services well above the 2% inflation. So when the feds talk about the target of 2% inflation, yeah, it's significant. As a political scientist, I look at the data, look at the information, look at the economic data, and what's happening to families in general. And it's very important to see what's going on. Knowledge. So in terms of your finances, your financial resources that you have, what is your knowledge around it? I had to change my knowledge in terms of okay, should I look at the monthly interest rate, the yearly interest rate, or the daily interest rate? And I started really looking more at the daily interest rate and also increasing my knowledge around it in general. So, what I call that is the BAS. That is the behavior, attitude, skills, and knowledge that I hope that I'm helping you to also obtain around your financial resources that you have. I also like to work with you in any capacity to try to increase your BASC so that you can pass it on to family, friends, sister, brothers, aunt, your mother, your father. Cherish those individuals definitely while they're around. One of the things that I'm now looking at as we've talked over the last few weeks is I'm looking to address this business credit card. of $6,653. So far this month, I have put my one paycheck on it, and tomorrow is the next pay period. So I'm gonna drop some more on that, and then it won't be until March that I get paid again. So I'm trying to really juggle and do a fine line of putting the entire thing onto the credit card, which reduced significantly. Right now, I'm paying about $220 a month in interest. So the sooner I get that off my plate, the sooner I can take more of the cash flow and do other things in general. So I'm gonna try to cut it close with putting as much as I can on the card. I've gotten it down to a significant amount, so this isn't really the balance, but this is where I started. I got really excited, kind of went over a little bit, and had to drop back on some cash advance. But it definitely was an opportunity to learn how cash advance works so that I can educate my clients and also you in terms of your viewing. One of the other things that I came across is the Navy Federal Go prepaid card. That's going to help me significantly in a sense of, whereas I was using cash advance in general, and there was not necessarily any fees, but 18% interest. Now with this prepaid card, I can load the prepaid card up to $10,000. And whenever I take money out, it is viewed as a purchase and not a cash advance. So it doesn't come with those additional fees. There is a $5.95 reload every fee. There's a $1 inactive fee, I think. So there are some other smaller fees in there, but by having this prepaid card, I'm now going to shift more resources to get my Navy Federal card balance down to zero. So then I can take the couple of thousands of dollars there off of the card and then start attacking the three mortgages that I have. I think I'm very happy with Velocity Banking. I'm very happy about the way that it has gone. And as I've increased my knowledge and hopefully increase your knowledge, I'm now going to use this probably prepaid card to really get the balance down to zero, liquidate that, as some YouTubers has pointed out, take the money and then start chunking it on my three mortgages. And as I mentioned before, I have three mortgages that I'm carrying. One, I'll say 28,000. Second one, 79,000. And the third one, I think that is 35,000. So all three are 144,000. So I really like the Velocity Banking because it has definitely wiped out my consumer debt on the credit cards I'm carrying, and now I'm just going to be putting small things on them to keep them active, to keep the credit card going. I'm also moving down to the business. So I have four major business credit cards. This is the highest one, about 20,000 in debt. I'm gonna start chunking money from this Navy Federal to go pre card. I think I showed yesterday. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I showed it yesterday. Just a second. Okay. So I don't have it on me now, but yeah, that's one of the things that I'm looking at. Just going back again to yesterday, previous day. What I'm gonna do is tomorrow take that money from work, put it in the bank, take out what I need. I was going to do use it on the rent, but I'm gonna try to push that back into next month. So I'm gonna drop the entire 2,000 on the credit card. Try to further bring that down. Then later throughout the month, before the the 29th, I guess today I thought it was 28 days, 29 days of February, start paying out the expenses, start looking at some of my daily expenses, and then look at going into March. Um, yeah, again, so I think, please, I encourage you to look at this concept, velocity banking. Google it, watch some of the other videos, see what it's about. I've really been using this in the real world in my life for the last 2 months, and I have to say that it has worked out well. The other way that I could have done this was just chunk one piece at the end of the month on the card and then pay the bills out of it. That's another way of doing it. So again, this is nothing more than just one tool to increase your financial capability, which is your capacity to change or look at your behavior, your attitude, skills, and knowledge around money to see that how it helps you. So I'd like to thank you very much for stopping by. Cherish the family, cherish your mom, your dad, sisters and brothers, anyone that you have in your life that's very important to you, and share the resources, share the knowledge to so that we can have a better life and better communities. So if I can do anything for anyone, if I help you at all, please give me a contact through my telephone number and also through email. So thank you very much and stay blessed.